Counterinsurgency is hardly more than a euphemism for international terrorism. That is, reliance on force that does not reach the level of the war crime of aggression, which falls under the judgment of Nuremberg. There are many terrorist states in the world, but the United States is unusual in that it is officially committed to international terrorism, and on a scale that puts its rivals to shame. Do you agree with Chomsky's assessment?
Can everybody see me if we sit down? Yeah. There is no question that the U.S. on a regular basis uses terrorist tactics to go after its enemies. I cite in the book numerous examples of that, but just to give you a couple. In 1985, one of the men that I interviewed, Ayatollah Mohammed Fadlallah, a respected cleric in Lebanon, the United States, the CIA, as it turns out mistakenly, blamed him for planning the 1983 Beirut Marine bombing, where nearly 300 American Marines and French soldiers were killed in a truck bomb incident. They blamed Ayatollah Fadlallah. And so they hired Saudi and other local Lebanese agents to blow up a building where they thought Fadlallah was staying, except he wasn't there. So 80 people were killed and many dozens injured in a terrorist bombing, paid for and planned by the United States. That was in Bob Woodward's book called Veil, and it was confirmed to me by Fadlallah himself in my interview. A more current example. Under the Obama administration, it reserves the right to engage in extraordinary rendition. What is that? It means when the U.S. declares somebody to be a terrorist, not because they've been tried or arrested or face court for whatever. It's a decision made by the president or his minions. That it reserves the right to go anywhere in the world, kidnap him, torture him, and jail him indefinitely, or kill him because the U.S. wants to. That's a terrorist tactic. It can imagine just for a moment if pick an enemy that you like, or pick an enemy of the United States. If they decided that because somebody in the United States was doing things that they didn't like, it was okay for them to send in armed hit squads in the United States to snatch people, torture them, and hold them in secret detention facilities. Can you imagine the outrage in this country? But somehow, because we're doing it somewhere else against terrorists, that's okay. And neither high-level Democrats nor high-level Republicans raise any serious objections to these policies.
All right. Anybody else have questions? Yes.
I went to a debate in London, and they were discussing, or they were debating whether the UK and the US should pull out of Afghanistan. And one of the main arguments was that they can't, because if they do, then they'll lose their sort of their sort of deterrent power. The NATO loses its power of deterrence. And also, they said that Afghanistan is likely to descend into chaos. I was wondering what you think on that.
Could everybody hear the question? Or should I repeat it?
Well, why don't you repeat it?
Yeah. She heard a debate in London where if the UK